And we're live. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
DreadLore.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to our weekly broadcast of DreadLore's The Red Writ.
The Red
Writ.
Featuring Bill as our arbiter, Andrea playing Leah, Daniel playing Anthony, Drizzle playing Simon, and I am playing Nord Zetterberg. I can't even pronounce my name. Anyway, our score tonight was brought to you by all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt.
Thanks, guys.
None of this would be possible without you wonderful Patreon people. Tim Roberts as our podcast star, Daniel Hulker keeps us on live support and as well as nostalgic. Thank you very much to Couch Fire Media for art media production.
Thanks, guys.
And Trois Reblay Productions.
Thanks for whoever you
are arbiting and creating all this content for the Red Writ.
The Red Writ.
Everyone together. Red Writ.
Red.
Welcome to the show.
Hi. I'm watching on like 13. I've got so many private windows open right now. And I'm just going by. Hey, you can like open up a bunch of private windows and just watch our goddamn podcast. Why would you do that? Because you love us. And it's an easy way to make us actually kind of sort of make money. Yeah. So how many viewers do we have right now?
It shows 5.
5? They're like all me.
I don't know if it counts me watching through the stream or not. Watching through the stream manager.
Probably does. Because you're I don't know. What's up, Harry Bunkum? What's up, dude? Harry Bunkum knows what's up. DJ No Fly redeemed. Don't slouch. So sit up, motherfuckers. That includes you, chat. Sit the fuck up. Yeah. So, what's the Red Writ about, Andrea?
It's about horror and and terrible things that go bump in the night.
Yeah.
And also, and us, trying to survive them and not go crazy.
Right. Trying. You're trying. Imagine Detroit 1982, where some weird things are going on, but only a few people are seeing it. A small group of people, our players, everybody say hello.
Hello.
Hola.
Have found themselves in the middle of it. An ancient horror, the unknown, a twisted fate. Something within each of them, insanity, compels them to search on for the truth, even if that means the worst. Join us as we discover the truth of the Red Writ.
The Red Writ.
Man, really getting everybody up on there. What is it? Good night, Oregon. Whatever.
Really?
Been watching some comedy. Let's everyone introduce ourselves. We'll start with Andrea.
Hello, I'm Andrea. I play Leah Mizrahi, who is a former IDF soldier and Mossad agent. She decided to move to Detroit, hoping it was safer. Clearly, that was the wrong decision.
Holker?
My character is Tony Czerniak. He is a local. He grew up wanting to be a priest. Then he realized, no, you do not want to be a priest. But he still thought something spooky was out there. Something perhaps supernatural. Still worth believing in, still worth investigating, and as a result, he became a border guard. And here we are.
Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? Drizzle?
I play Simon Vincent, the local skeptic. He was a cop. Bad things happened, and now he is a private investigator.
And how about Ken?
I am playing a guy named Nord Zetterberg. He is the international drug addict who is not exactly entirely sure where he is at any given point in time or why he is. So he self-proclaims to be a journalist, but I think he just makes it up as he goes along.
You're like a child who's wandered into a movie, not knowing anything about what's going on. Yeah. And we also have an NPC with the group. Who is she? We'll ask Holker.
She's a bit of a brat.
What's her name? Tell me her name.
Her name?
Mhm.
Why do you want to know her name?
He doesn't know her name, does he?
It's Mariah.
Yeah, Mariah. Let's say one thing about Mariah, or we'll go around the little square thing. Start with Ken.
Mariah is losing it because we keep dragging her around to seeing all these and murdering people.
Oh yeah,
and she's a witness to the murders, and maybe one of her good friends and mentors just died.
Leah.
Mariah is my my little badass, just like her mom. I'm so proud.
And Drizzle.
Well, she's starting to learn how to pick locks.
Which is cool. All right. That's pretty much it. Who's our sponsor for the night? Holker.
Our sponsor for tonight. Tonight's sponsor is the idea that I had thought up earlier this week for a really funny and vaguely absurd sponsor, but forgot because I didn't write it down. Sometimes when I am in the shower, performing surgery, or fighting vampires, I think about the sponsor that should be featured next Monday for the live stream. I'll get a really good idea. And if I'm able to write it down, I can make you all laugh. Some of you. But other times, I just kind of forget and end up racking my brain until I give up and think of another sponsor for the show, usually at the last minute. Tonight's idea was forgotten around lunchtime today, and if I'm lucky, it'll be all sponsored next week.
Thank you, Holker. Yeah, if you guys want to slide over, I can't believe I said that, but I did. Slide over to DreadLore's Patreon. That's patreon.com/DreadLore. Probably should type it, shouldn't I? How do I do it? Patreon. I'm a millennial. Why can't I type? You can see some of our tiers that you can jump on if you're into that. Check it out. You might be surprised. We've updated. Also, channel points are a thing. They're not called channel points on our channel. They're called dread points. Dread points. Why are they called dread points, Andrea? She can't even tell you because she's muted. That's how dreadful it is.
Yeah, it's called dread points because it's DreadLore. I don't know.
She's
why
exactly
that
right. Indeed. So what can you do with dread points? Drizzle.
You can make us drink. You can make us sit up. You can buy us narrative points, which will help us change the story if we want. Can you do pips too? Yeah.
Yep.
And pips as well, which let us change the past of the story.
Yep. And there's something else too. Oh, you can highlight your messages and shit, all kinds of Twitch bullshit. We need to add little sounds. We do have some cool sound, sort of visual effects. Ken, would you like to demonstrate?
The Red Writ. Okay.
Red Writ.
Well,
No, do like this.
Oh,
Does it work? There it is. Yes. We have no idea why this works.
if you know, please
tell us. We have no fucking clue how it's doing it. He's the only one that could do it. And we tried it in different ways. He's the only one touched by the Twitch deity.
Does this work? No.
I hope so.
It does nothing.
It doesn't work.
Nothing.
Do the double deuce. Maybe that'll work. No, doesn't work either.
No,
Actually, the stream, the Halloween special stream, which Ken actually did the Arbiter, the game master for, called an Arbiter in DreadLore. It actually it wasn't copyright knocked. It got a flag. It got flagged for like vicious content. And I'm pretty sure it's because you had a shirt that said "fuck" on it.
Oh yeah. Well, it wasn't.
I think that's what it was.
It was just flagged to be adult. It wasn't flagged to be. YouTube doesn't like the word "fuck." I mean,
it was like the most harmless fucking stream. It was about gnomes. Like it was so wholesome in that regard, and it got fucking knocked. Here, other sessions we're talking about like, sensitive shit. By the way, sensitive material coming at you, such as gore and murder, sacrifices, witches, lots of cursing, hinting at sexual acts, and things like suicide. So, in the event that you're in that realm and you're in a down place, get some help. Yeah. Ask us. Call the number. What is it? 988. 988. Do the thing. Take care of yourself, so that you can watch our stream and make fun of the world with us. Sensitive material, all that stuff. Right. So I think we've waited about long enough. We have about 10 minutes into the stream, about 5 viewers. Hello, everyone. By the way, chat. I'm looking over this way at the chat because that's where my chat is. We have Drizzle manning the moderation. Ken is manning literally everything else. And then I'm looking at it as well. So we will get to the chat as we can in the middle of the game. If you hear something like the audio's screwed up, or if you see something like the video's screwed up, absolutely tell us. Keep on telling us until we actually fix it and see it, because we want to do that. Okay, everyone good? Good. All right. What happened last game? I'm going to do a thing that Ken hates me doing. Everyone go around and say one thing that happened last game. A seminal moment with your character. We'll start with Drizzle.
I picked up Mariah and took her outside and saved her. Got her out of the situation and put her in the car.
What was the
situation? She was sitting next to a dead body playing in fire extinguisher fluid. After we'd found the body of Gabby upstairs, but she didn't necessarily know that, so I got her out of the building as quick as possible because the body started to get back up, and other stuff was going on, and people were reading poems, and so I got her outside and got her in the car and tried to then shoot back into the building to protect other people, but keep her safe.
No child needs to be subjected to poetry slams. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Holker, speaking of poetry slams, how about Tony?
Tony read a book out loud. And
why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah. So Tony had a book that he had bought earlier. Well, I don't know if he bought it, but took it.
No, you did. You bought it.
Yeah. Okay. Took it and had read out of it a couple of times, and every time something interesting happened, a lot of fun occurs when you read this book. Tony actually did read it for the articles because that's not really articles, it's Latin. So I don't think Latin really does articles of any sort, definite or indefinite. I'm not sure. Anyways,
I don't know. I think it's in the. I think it's in the conscience.
Yeah. So once Tony started reading it, the dead started coming back to life, and Tony was then relieved of the book by Nord, and we'll probably never see it again.
Well, Nord attempted to destroy the book with some alchemist duo stuff. Hey, Nord, what happened? It's a seminal moment last game.
Certainly. We had a little PvP action when Tony was reading this book. And I don't think it was the first time that we kind of frowned upon and maybe told him not to read the book. But he did read the book again. And so Nord tackled him and tried to stop him from reading it. As this was happening, Gabby, who killed herself in this ritualistic way, kind of reanimated, and that frightened Nord. So he thought maybe the power was coming from Tony's reading of the book, and shoved a roofie down his mouth, and then set him on fire. So, there was a little PV along with myself. Nord also set himself on fire a little bit.
Yeah. Leah?
So real quick PSA on something I learned today. Speaking of roofies. Just no. This is actually really scary and kind of important, okay?
Yeah,
apparently
hit it. Important coming at you.
Yeah. Apparently people can use eyedroppers as a form of roofie. So just so you guys know, if you ever see that at a bar, I mean, I'm not saying that someone's up to something nefarious, but keep an eye out, ladies.
If somebody's putting something in your drink, just don't drink.
Well, that too. Yeah, that too. But, it could be, somebody could easily explain away, oh, just, they're just my eye drops, something like that. So if, if something looks sneaky, yeah.
Visine will fuck you up if you drink it.
Yep.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like in lower doses, it acts like a roofie. In higher doses, it'll just straight up kill you.
Holy shit. Hey, y'all, don't drink Visine. Fuck. Lord.
But
as I throw away all my Visine.
Anyway, yes, Leah, murdered Grimwald viciously twice.
Yeah.
That was a good time. Twice. And then, we had a little talking to the 2x2 Hands of Blue guys.
Yeah.
So that was, I think that.
Has anyone gotten the reference yet, other than Ken? Good.
I know I've heard something similar to that, but
Chad, have you gotten the reference yet? 2x2 Hands of Blue. No one look it up. Don't look it up, motherfuckers. Anyway, it's fine. Oh yeah, what did you guys talk to him about? The detectives is who they are.
Yeah.
What'd you talk to him about?
We talked to him about, their involvement and the fact that I guess they're not really against us, but they're not exactly going to help us either. I mean, they'll help us a little bit, I guess, now, but they're not going to go to the bar and fight for us or anything like that because they can't apparently. But yeah, so we gave them our gloves back. Leah very begrudgingly, Nord more willingly.
And you guys actually, both of you, Nord and Leah, were able to get a lot of information out of them, and like some actual some secrets, and you also got a concession out of them. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, they'll help. They'll help us at the real fight on the island.
Yeah, on Bell Island. And how did you get that?
By giving them our gloves back.
By giving them their dead comrades' gloves back. Yeah, that seemed to really work. They dropped some lore, and they also one of them, his name is John. Initially talked to Simon. Simon, do you remember what you guys talked about?
Oh yeah, that because they are part of the Mystics of the 12 and 7. They worship the Lady of the Veil. They are against, or Callie and them are with the Dark Dreamer, and that a lot of the people in the city are basically the unwilling, and they don't know it, but they're kind of sleeper cells for the nightmare of the deep.
Yeah. Specifically, he said once this thing starts, so the equinox, and then this masquerade or whatever, these sleepers will awaken. And of course, this is a reference. At any rate, and he was very ominous, or he was trying to be, saying, you're going to find out what happens, and it's going to go on until sunrise. Also, he explained what the unwilling were, which is basically once you're marked, if you don't go through with the rituals, then you're marked as an unwilling.
Right.
Otherwise, you're a sleeper.
Basically, the unwilling can get possessed kind of at any given time.
Yeah, and apparently they can be raised from the dead. He said the only thing that he knows can break that curse once you've been marked is the Dark Dreamer herself, but he's not sure about that. Apparently, the detectives cannot directly intervene. And he didn't say this, but there was the insinuation that those servants of the Dark Dreamer cannot intervene with the detectives. So there's this idea. There are rules, right? Think of John Constantine. It's kind of, there's rules and you get the idea. Okay. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Great.
I think it'd be fine.
It's going to be fine. It's not going to be fun. Let's start. So you find yourself at Mount Elliott Cemetery, still picking up right where we left off. It's about 9:30 p.m. The clock reads, the little analog clock in Leah's car, her Corolla. There's a distant sound of an explosion of the death knell of the Buick as it explodes next to a structure fire. No sirens. No sirens at all tonight. You guys left a blazing inferno at the warehouse. And while you're miles away, maybe the thought occurs to one of you or two of you or whomever. Seems like there would be like a whole mess, a cacophony of firefighters and police and all sorts of things. But there's not. There's none of that. If you look off to the west towards where the warehouses are, you can actually see an orange glow where a raging fire is still going. The one you all set. The one Nord set. You're alone, just with yourselves in this cold, wet cemetery near the mausoleums. One of the mausoleums is open. It's the hideout for Detective Hideaway, Simon's buddy, if you will. As far as you know, Simon, the detectives have him. And as far as you know, he's still alive. As far as you know, they're not going to let him go. John is what he called himself, Detective John. He and his partner, Grant, have just left. They left a bag that John said Hideaway left for you. This is in big quotes. Like you could see the quotes left for you. In an odd way, maybe you got the feeling that these detectives do want you to succeed. They warned you, don't run, don't leave Detroit. You guys know too much, they said. If you do, as they told Nord, it's going to be really, really bad for you all and your families and everything. It's a not at all a veiled threat. You're just a couple hours away from midnight when you know this masquerade is going to start. The Belle Island Masquerade, the Grosse Pointe Masquerade, whatever you want to call it. Bunch of rich people gonna get together and eyes wide open that shit, apparently. No one knows. But you do kind of have a direction. The Hideaway Jazz Club, aka the Blue Note, Leah found out. Or confirmed, at least. Simon, you're standing there inside the mausoleum. You can hear the Corolla's engine still running. What are you doing? Action's on you.
I'll bend down and pick up the bag.
You do. You see it has, obviously several things in it kind of clinking around. It'll have the weight of like, imagine a pillowcase filled with odds and ends and like a few cans of, baked beans and tuna or something. You guys know that it was a new scene at the end of last session. So you get back your traits, you get back your plot armor, you get back your proficiencies. If you're down a wound or a sanity, you can choose which one to bring up by one. If you got any goals, you should definitely tell us. We're in the montage. Action's still on you, Simon.
Well, let's get to the hideaway. We can look at this stuff in the car.
Action's on all of you. You're all right there.
And I start heading towards the car.
Leah goes and gets in the car.
Should we right there?
Yeah, I mean, should we prep in some way or something? Or I don't know. Something?
How do you propose prepping? We've got our weapons.
They said that there was a bunch of stuff. Is everything in this duffel bag, you think? Or do you think we should search this mausoleum?
Well, he said that he left me some stuff and kicked this over. So
that's it.
I mean, we can look in the mausoleum real quick. See if there's anything else.
I mean, I don't want to hold this up. I know we're under a time crunch, but
it'll only take a second. Just know that if there's a bottle of yellow, it's not Mountain Dew.
Or at least let's go through it before we go. Let's go through the bag. I mean, there were some items in here that, I mean, I'm not going to drink any Miller Yellow out of there, but.
So I'll take the bag back and
let's
start
search
to dump
through
it
what we got
and start to dump it on the hood.
Dump it on the hood.
Or is there a like a bench or
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll go over to the bench.
Nord was standing next to it.
And I'll start to dump out the bag on the bench and see what all's in it.
Bag on the bench, on the bench, on the bag?
Yep.
Leah, you're outside the car. You see Tony and Mariah in the car. Mariah is still in the driver's seat.
Leah will go up to the window and point to the back and say, you can go back there now.
She gives you a frowny face. And that doesn't unbuckle her seatbelt because it's the 80s. Ain't no seatbelts. She crawls into the back. You want me to turn off the engine?
No, we're getting ready to leave soon anyway.
Another potty face.
Maybe she should turn off the engine, or at least we should check to see how much gas you have.
I'll Let's do a high or low. Holker, will you roll me a d12? And Leah, call high or low. I think we actually did this.
We're
at one
gonna
point.
go
I forgot what
low.
it was.
Go
No, it was for
low,
the
right,
Buick.
Paper?
Pretty sure it was for
It
the
is
Buick.
high. 8.
Oh,
All right, so you guys are at a quarter tank. But you got a Corolla. You can easily get there. Toyotas do this pretty well. I know. Anyway, go on.
Where
I'm
we,
I've got to get on the 405, down to the 5, down to the 101. I've got fucking bullshit. Fucking California. Go on.
What's in the bag?
bloody hell. Yeah, let me.
In the bag.
bag.
What's in that bag? A few things fall out on the hood. You see clitter clatter across the hood. Bone dice. Hey, Drizzle, show your bone dice off.
Oh.
Although. Drizzle, I think you get a narrative point for just serendipity's sake. Having bone dice when there are, in fact, bone dice written right there. Bone dice. It's my wrestler name. A big clump of hair has like a rubber band tied around it. So it's like just this lock of hair. And as it falls down and kind of, just falls on the fucking hood, you see it has different colors and texture of hair. It's obviously different people's hair. Think of like a shower drain.
Yeah.
Just this mess that's been tied up in like a lock, It's like a fucking wad of hair. Some matches. Nice, fucking light your cigar with it matches. A ring, cling, 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 falls onto the ground. And shoo, a map, hand drawn. And yeah.
Can I spend said narrative point to say that there is a couple of Andrea's magic bullets in there?
Whoo, interesting.
Just a
yeah,
couple.
I love it. Let's roll a d4. You want to use the bone dice?
Okay. Let me make sure that. Nope, that's the D6. So this is the D4.
The rune bullets.
There are 3.
All right. As you see 3 rounds, ding, 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 these carved runes, or bullets with carved runes in them, clatter out.
I will grab them real quick and go, Leah, catch. And toss them.
Leah grabbed them and. Nope. Yeah.
How many of those
then,
rune bullets do you have?
Do I have currently? Let's see here.
Big boom bullets.
I have a total of 4 total left.
Nice. So you had 1 and you just got 3 more. Yeah?
No, sorry, I had 4. So that means
so now you have 7. Good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Drizzle.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right, so let's see how many canned goods we got going on. Hey, Nord, will you roll me a d4? And Holker, will you roll me a d12? And Leah, will you call high or low? So many rolls.
We have 1 canned good or 1
low this time.
old.
My D12 is low.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Can of beans. Tang, tang, tang. Rolls out. Oddly enough, Nord and Simon, you see this can of beans has some runes. I know it's a little lazy on my part, but whatever. Has some runes inscribed on the aluminum. This is old school, like the tough aluminum can that has the ribs and such.
Question.
Hit it.
Would that be the refried writ?
I'm gonna
Wait, can we have 4 cans of stuff though?
No, because he rolled 1.
Oh, I was gonna say because then we can have the 4 basic food groups: beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard.
All right. Well, you both get a pip, and I hate you. No, there's one, but there's runes all over it, and it says like beans.
Looks
That's
tasty. Can I look at the runes? See if, or maybe look at the ring. See if I can.
Of course.
See what it's about. Do a little. I don't know.
We're in the
anything,
montage at present.
See if there's anything written on it, or if there's anything special with the ring.
Yeah. One other thing does fall out, I will say. Some chalks, some like sidewalk chalks, graphed out like graphite, big pieces of charcoal fall out. Like maybe he was using it for writing. You don't see any paper or whatever. Yeah, as Nord, you pick up the ring. You look at it. It's got this weird Hebrew letter on it. It looks like, and then like an emblem of some sort.
Neat. Well, Nord reads Hebrew. What's it say?
Give me a second. Looking up what it says.
That's weird to be inscribed on a ring.
Huh. Yeah.
Go straight to hell. It says in Hebrew.
One ring to
Israeli Defense Force.
Oh shit. I hand it to Leah and ask her if that means anything to her.
Leah looks at it. Does it mean anything to me?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it before. You potentially have one. You knew that Marcus and Cloyce had one. It's a little odd to just find it in a mausoleum somewhere. You can tell it's not super duper old. It's about the same age as yours. Like if it has numbers on it.
Interesting. Do the numbers make me anything? Like, do they, like, are there like a serial number type thing, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You looked that up online?
Huh?
Said you looked that up online? 1982.
No. No, honestly, I thought you were going for like a Ring of Solomon type thing, but for a second there. So yeah, Leah will look it over and can I spend a pip to say that I happen to remember what Marcus's and Cloyce's serial numbers would be?
Yep.
Is it either one of them?
It is, in fact, Marcus's ring.
Well, shit, I wonder how this got here.
It looks like he maybe was collecting personal items of people. That voodoo stuff that they do down south, they take that personal items from people and use it. Maybe that is something that he's started to go down.
Oh, wait a minute. What if each one of these is one of the items from one of the unwilling?
Beans from the unwilling. Magic beans from
the possibly.
I'd be more so worried about that giant clump of hair.
Yeah, that clump of hair. I mean, it's a bunch of different people, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Is any of it black? Is any of it black?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's some red, there's some black, some blonde.
There is every color of hair in here. There's some gray.
Leo will look at it and basically say, I'd be willing to bet some of that is Gabby's.
As you look at it, Leah, and you're kind of looking at it. You see it. Something catches your eye. Some of it looks like Mariah's.
Leah will go over to the car, or like go over to the back window, and pull open the car door. Mariah, did you get your hair cut at any point recently?
She looks a little embarrassed. I mean, how'd you know? And she she fixes her hair. We didn't take that much.
Who did it?
Annabelle and me and Gabby a couple weeks ago. We did like a ritual thing.
What did Annabelle, like, what were you guys going to do with it?
It's just like a I don't really know, like a charm or something, like a friendship bond, or I don't know. I just wanted to go along. We went to the beach and everything. As she kind of like shuts up and her eyes get big.
Oh, hold on. Now we're way too deep into this for you to get clamshelly on me now. So let's go. What did you guys do?
Okay, I know we're not supposed to, but we went up, past the docks. We were nowhere near the docks. And we didn't go across the Chambly Bridge to Belle Island or anything that time. He kind of looks off to the side. But
so we'll just shake her head.
we went to the coast out Grosse Point and just did like a little fire. You can see Canada and everything. Why would anyone want to go there?
Did you burn the hair?
We burned some of it.
And what'd you do with the rest of it?
Annabelle kept it.
Because it looks like some of your hair is in this little bundle we have over here.
She squishes up her face. Ew. You have a bundle of hair?
Yeah, it was given to us by those blue-handed men.
That's creepy.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure some of it is Gabby's, and I'm guessing probably some of it is Annabelle's too.
She nods.
Remember when I told you that did I tell you? Oh, I might not have told you yet.
Tell me what? Tony, you're in the back seat listening to all of this. Doing nothing.
Leah, at this point, Leah will actually get down, like get on her knees on the ground next to the driver's, the car seat. Honey, now that Gabby's not available for the next sacrifice, Loretta told me that you were next on the list.
Her eyes get pretty big. As you say that. What? Everybody hydrate. Harry Bunkum has hailed the hydrate. Thank you, Harry Bunkum. What do you mean? What do you mean next on the list?
I mean, their plan is to kill you.
You heard that right, so tell her.
That's why we have to kill them first.
She trades looks with both you, Leah, and Tony in the back seat, looking about like what you would expect an 11-year-old to look like. What does that mean?
That means that we're going to have to get rid of them first. I'm not going to let them hurt you.
Well, yeah, let's get rid of them. I don't want to get killed. Simon and Nord, you hear her say this shit.
Exactly. So
nobody's gonna kill you. Not while Simon's here. He'll protect you. Leah's gonna protect you.
We're gonna stop them.
We're gonna stop them.
Harry Bunkum says he just found out that his 9-year-old is a Queen fan, as in the band Queen,
Nice.
which is awesome. He also created a hashtag, which is really cool. It's DreadLore is for everybody. So we should put that on everything we do. Hashtag DreadLore is for everybody. Nord, Simon, as they're all talking and such, what are you two doing?
Going through the remnants of what's left in the bag, I guess. If there's anything else.
You see the bullets, of course. The chalk, for inscribing, the canned goods, and that's pretty much about it. The bone dice seem interesting. They look like they're made of animal bones, and maybe there's a human knuckle bone in there or something.
I'll pick up
Does the
bone
chalk
dice.
feel any just feels like regular chalk, or does it feel like slimy or?
Have you ever had like a big piece of sidewalk chalk or a big old piece of actual graphite?
Sure.
That's what it feels like. Like it's lighter than it looks.
Yeah.
You could probably squeeze hard enough and bust it up. It's black, immediately gets everywhere. Otherwise, it feels like normal chalk.
Normal chalk.
There might be a little bit of, as you turn it in the light. It's nighttime, but the light of the headlights of the Corolla, there might be a little bit of a sparkle to it, but that could just be it being charcoal.
Okay, maybe this will. Nord will say out loud. You know how like Bugs Bunny like draws those little holes? Maybe we could do a little porthole with this chalk.
No way, Mariah says from the car. She like pops up. She climbs on top of you, Tony, and sticks her head out the window that you're at.
What are you doing?
Yeah, hold on a second. Wait, you mean we can do what? Like the cartoons?
Yeah, just like the cartoons. We shouldn't use it now because we don't want to use it up, but maybe we'll use it later.
Well, if he had something like that, I don't think the detectives would have got him.
We need to do something because they're going to kill me.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Tony? They're going to kill me.
I'm going to
Don't worry about it. Just sit down.
Reach into my
She
pocket.
gets off of you.
I'm going to reach into my pocket and pull out that black ball.
Yeah. That marble. Essentially, It looks like a palm-sized palantir.
Oh,
A
that's
sheep stone from the Lord of the Rings.
It's like
Palantir.
carbon. That carbon stuff is supposed to give you some kind of health benefit, allegedly. I mean, could be hooey, but there's a lot of power in carbon.
The moon uncovers from its cloud cover. Very bright, pale moonlight washes over Mount Elliott Cemetery and the white and gray mausoleum, the weeping willows and such, casting shadows all over the place. You see the old Scots statues, of the Elliots.
Remembering the effect it had on some of the stuff in the countertop, I'm going to run the marble ball near the bone dice and see if anything happens.
Bone dice. Give me just a second.
Gonna Ouija board some stuff for us?
Talk amongst yourselves.
Like, subscribe, follow, share. Anybody who does this is going to be a friend to all of us. And really liking, subscribing, following, and sharing does a lot to keep us going. It might seem small in this moment, but someday it could be bigger if you liked, followed, subscribed, and shared.
So, Nord, this whatever's in this stone reacted with whatever was in those things in that display case back at Grimwald's. I wonder if it'll have any effect on these dice. Maybe the
I don't
minerals
remember
in
what it do again at Grimwald's.
Caused them to shake and stuff.
I thought he wanted that.
Oh, he did.
Like he wanted to buy it off of you.
Yeah, he did, and then he got pissy because I wouldn't sell it to him right then.
Yeah, well, he's not pissy anymore, I guess.
No.
But apparently he was onto something. I mean, do you think we should? I got a book of his of notes that he made. I might, while we're kind of standing around, I might go reach in that bag that I packed and pull out that book of notes that he had. Read through it.
Nord, you do that. Simon, as you wave the sort of ball around the dice, they might, as it gets close, there's a slight rattle of them. But that's all that you can get them to do.
Okay. It looks like the same. If this stone has some sort of magnetic properties, it's not a whole lot.
If you played your cards right, or if you played craps, maybe this would help you win at craps.
Craps? Why would you? What? Mariah says.
If you're ever throwing dice.
Why are they talking about crap? She's looking directly at you, Tony, like this far away from your face. Why are they talking about crap?
Crap?
Crap.
Crap.
Leah will sort of, look at her with like a deadpan look on her face. Oh, you didn't know? Sometimes adults like to throw poop at each other like chimpanzees.
She turns over, use the slow turn. She gives you the ick. Ugh.
What are you
That's
talking
nasty.
about?
Some people do that at school too. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's just, I hear sometimes lots of people have fun with it, and and the goal is to stay in the other person's clothing so badly that they give up, and then the other people sometimes bet on that to see who gets up first.
It's like a Canadian game, isn't it? Yeah. They play with their poop.
I'd never seen that. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what any of you are talking about.
Nord and Simon are talking about it. Nord and Simon, you hear Mariah and Leah talking about poop. Actions on you guys.
Says
Definitely filtered that out.
some people like, don't go looking up Danny Thomas.
He's a really good craps player.
It's all
So
over
I
her
will
head.
I'll take the stone and put it in one pocket and pick up the dice and put them in another pocket.
You do? As per usual, your character has pockets that are full. Full pockets. You're like one of those tennis players and fucking ball pockets all over the place.
Nord would have probably grabbed the chalk and just pocketed it then. Throw it in a little pouch as well.
Yep.
Before.
What y'all doing? The
just reading
wind
this
blows, mausoleum door moans forlornly.
If he had
Seems like
chalk,
we might want to get the hell out of here real quick.
give us 1 second. If he had chalk, he may have written something in the mausoleum. So let's go look at it real quick. We'll be right back.
Into the dread we go. In the car, Mariah's still talking about crap. What are you all doing?
Reading a book.
Yep. You are reading. You guys gonna bid anything? You gonna change the scene, or are we moving on?
What book are you reading?
It's a book of skin that Grimwald gave me. Like,
Don't make that face, Tony.
I'm not
He'd
reading
like
it out
to
loud,
see you.
and I
like
probably would
reading-
be concealing it from Tony. Like, I wouldn't let him see
I like reading.
reading a book.
People should do it more often. You know, there's a bookstore where we can do that.
But it's true. It's true.
And I know it's currently vacant. You know, it's like the owner's gone missing.
I know we could
Mysteriously.
totally make
That's
that our
right.
home base now. That could be our new secret
Yeah,
hideout.
true. I like that idea.
Thieves. Everyone.
Yep.
I wonder if he'd paid off his mortgage.
Yeah, probably. I don't think there's a whole lot of people going after. I mean, half of Detroit is leaving right now, so I don't think anybody's.
And it's
not a
I
hard
mean, and
It's not a hot real estate
And think-
market.
well, also think of how perfectly that whole situation ended. His body disintegrated, and the building went up in smoke. There's no evidence.
Sure.
He'll just disappear into the ether, and we'll take over his wonderful establishment.
Sure. I could
Mariah's
see it
like,
now.
yeah, he's dead, and we can take his shit.
That's my girl.
Hey, Leah, why
Yeah.
don't you make a sanity roll?
Oh no,
As-
but it's a good thing.
As you start reveling in the idea of murdering people and taking their stuff, and it's a really
You're
good
the
idea.
bad guy. You're
It's a
the
really-
bad
Nice,
guy.
nice idea.
It's okay. It's okay. He's a bad
That is
guy.
exactly why you're making the roll, because it is okay.
It was 2 successes.
Yeah, with 2 successes, you gain a flaw because the threshold is 5.
I'm out of spaces for flaws.
Yeah, well, you got another one. What is it going to be? We're going to say something along the lines of reoriented morality, or something. I like the name of reoriented morality, but I want something shorter. What's a better adjective for that?
Well, hold on a second. Let's get this straight. You're saying that an Israeli woman had to orient her morality for this scenario?
We're straight up not getting into that. We're going to avoid that conversation like the plague. This is a 1982 Israeli woman. And yes, I am. It's a completely different ball of wax.
Moral disengagement.
Yeah, Leah, your hands are covered in blood. Whether they're bad people or not, it still takes a toll on the brain to do such hardened stuff. We'll say do you have calloused as a fault flaw? Do you have
Yeah.
hardened?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about sociopath?
No.
Yep, you have sociopath now.
Okay.
As there's a weird glee in your eyes that anyone can see, that Leah finds it completely fine what she has done. Like, totally justified, and she is.
He was gonna murder us. It was fine.
This is when the player and the character are in the same line. But the thing is,
Hey,
the
whoa.
player is not the character. So, we will continue. See, I'm the arbiter, and it's my morality you have to deal with.
But he's a bad man.
We can rationalize it till the cow come home. What are you reading, dog?
This
Are you going to
book,
bid anything, or are you just looking through it?
I'll bid something. I'll bid journalist.
And what are you actually looking for?
I looked at it pretty briefly while we were at Grimald's store, and it looked interesting to me, so I pulled it out. It was his like personal notebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's cover. It's a book that is the cover's made out of skin,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking for notes or just something like, because we've learned a lot. We've learned about the War of the Gods. We've learned about the Lady of the Veil. We've learned about the White Doe, and I just want to see what Grimald's thoughts were on maybe some of those things. Now that Grimald's dead, and I realized that he wasn't associated necessarily with the White Doe. I think I feel more comfortable reading this book from that newer information.
As you look through the book, it's a hodgepodge of his notes. Some of his handwriting is just unlegible. Scribbles, the mad scribbles of a madman, perhaps. But there's plenty that you can, understand.
Sure. See if there's any information on hair or anything that we found in that duffel bag.
A few different languages. A whole lot of Hebrew here and there, and then cuneiform. It's not the Red Writ, but it is hieroglyphics and Sumerian hieroglyphics.
Sure.
Somehow, Nord, you can tell it's different from the Red Writ that you've seen. The Red Writ, when you see it, has one, it's written in blood or something thereof. It has a power to it that draws your eye. These are just normal letters, and cuneiform. As you read through some of it, bidding journalist, you say you can read cuneiform?
Yeah, I can read cuneiform. I think, he's looking for some protection spell or something.
There's a lot of random bits and pieces. One thing catches your eye. It's essentially a diary of experimentation and him ranting about this thing called life wine. He is a very jealous person. He's tried to get in touch with the Grosse Pointe people, with Lady Callie, and for some reason he keeps on getting rebuffed. And he rants a lot about it. You can tell he's got a serious victim complex and a very dark mind. And as it goes on, it gets more demented. He's experimented on animals. He's done some pretty wild experiments. He's poisoned some people, not in the sense of like killing them, but like making them sick. He's dusted some of his books so that people will get alchemical stuff on their hands, and clothes, for example. This might spark the thought of maybe that's what was on you guys. Maybe it wasn't the nightshade that Leah had. Maybe it was something from Grimwald's, and that's why you guys were all covered in stuff. Not sure. And something catches your eye. It says The Darkness, not the band. Two simple words, The Darkness, written over several times, almost like it's scratched, like with a knife. And it kind of goes, and it's just non sequitur. And it goes into like talking about shadow people and them being on the walls and him being followed and these detectives, people that change faces, 2x2 hands of blue, all of this stuff. He says, as you're flipping through maybe a few pages, the evil is from the void. And he starts expounding upon what the void is and trying to figure out, is there a direction? You know, apparently it's below everything. It's outer space. It's he calls it the between is how you reach it. And he starts talking to some serious metaphysical dimension type stuff. But apparently the evil is from the void. You may throw down mind to glean something from all of this ranting. And this will take a good 10 minutes to actually look through.
Sure.
As you're flipping through and whatnot. And in the meantime, Simon, you're investigating the mausoleum.
Yeah, I'll before heading up there, I'll be like, hand me the flashlight, and I'll get it and head that way. And I will bid detective to investigate it.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 successes.
With 2 successes, you may. Are you going to try to get anything higher than that? The threshold for this is 4.
I could bid.
You're going to get something no matter what, but
sure.
The sanity threshold for this is 4.
Sure.
Let me put it to you that way.
I could bid the when plans go awry. I'll use my my Child of the World to activate when plans go awry.
Nice.
That gives me 4 successes.
As you hit limbo, you feel your mind aching. There's a headache down the center, like the corpus callosum. It's where Lady Callie somehow touched you. If you remember the euphoria that fell upon Nord, now it's turned into an ache. And this it's kind of like the beginning of a migraine, maybe. What is your highest derangement?
I just have 1 derangement, and this is dissociative, and 1 in psychosis.
As you feel, however the psychosis and the disassociation manifest, start sort of like quaking within you. You don't gain a derangement, but you're on that cusp. As within this madness, there's some sort of ritual that you put together. It requires an offering, which you know is blood, and fire, and the words. As you look down and see the darkness, the evil is from the void. These are the words. You know it's a protection of some sort. You don't really know what it is. You know that evoking this is dangerous. You're evoking something from another place. But you feel the power in the words as well. You have passed the test. You have not lost your mind in doing it. But that power is fading. Do you evoke it or not?
Evoke it in this moment?
Yep.
Should I wait until the moment comes, like until I'm under attack, or should I? I feel like just using it for the sake of using it is doesn't make any sense. I mean, I would try to memorize it and wait, pull the page out and
it's
wait.
Up to you.
Wait
what do
to use it. I would probably pull the page out, and if it seemed like it needed some materials, I would.
As you pull the page out, there's a rip thunder. And you feel that spell disappear.
Oh, shit. Maybe that was the wrong thing to do.
Maybe it was the right thing to do. Simon, you go into the mausoleum. It smells like Hideaway.
Yeah.
A lot. It smells like smoke. Like reefer. There's canned, empty cans of beans all over the place. This guy was eating some serious beans. That old fart smell. Newspapers and whatnot. Used up batteries. There's a radio over there. Like a CB. And you see like how the antenna is stapled, to the wall. And it actually, you didn't see it before, it actually goes around and there's a little antenna sticking out of the mausoleum. A terrible box spring and cot on the floor with some ratty covers and such. Porno magazines over there. Maybe a fucking beaten up boom box. And what are you doing here, bidding detective? How do you go about this?
I'm gonna shine the flashlight around basically all the surfaces, see if he has written something on them with the chalk, the cans and the porno mags and stuff like that. I may kick them around with my shoes just to see, but I'm not gonna, because that's standard stakeout situation stuff. I mean, that's what's in the back of my car. That's not on fire. But
he's got issue, volume 3 of whatever.
Yeah, but it's just kind of looking around and seeing. I'm looking to see if there's anything out of place, anything that wouldn't be in normal stakeout stuff, and if there's any writing on the walls and stuff. If he wrote something with the chalk.
As you're looking around, and it seems pretty normal as the light shines up on the wall, and in fact, you see something that is mildly disturbing. Hideaway was not a very good artist, but there are markings, like slashes in the wall. It almost looks like it's a big circle with a slash through it, almost like a Ghostbuster symbol. But the slash has a point, and as you're sitting there kind of looking at it, there's weird runes all around it too. They're not organized. It's like he's practicing something and not good at it.
Mm.
As you're looking at it, it kind of sort of reminds you of something. You may throw down mind and or wits. Nord, for Nord's mentality, the book is not dead. It's just whatever that single page was, or that cumulative, those few pages, the power seems to have gone out of it. But the book itself still has that charge.
I know that spell is no longer
whatever it was. Yeah, that's one of the things is he knew kind of sort of what it would do, but it was like taking a leap of faith sort of thing. Like,
sure,
he could tell it was dangerous. Whatever it was dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't quite sure what it was going to do.
Is there a flask in here?
Of course.
Okay. I'm going to reach into my pocket and be like, oh, yeah, it's empty. And look and grab his.
Yeah, you'll see a bottle of Jack Daniels because he's a detective and they drink Jack Daniels.
Okay.
And there's a flask there. It'll be Hideaway's flask. Ooh, interesting moment. We'll ask the chat on this one. So Hideaway has been essentially kidnapped. he's left his flask. Is this a good omen or a bad omen? We'll ask the chat. Continue.
I only have 2 successes, but Drizzle knows where he recognizes the stuff from. I don't know if Simon does.
What is it? What do you think?
Is it the same rune stuff that Gabby put around her to protect her, and he was trying to copy it?
We'll lower the threshold a little bit. As you're sitting there looking for it, you've seen it before. So it gives you essentially, what did I say the threshold was? Did I tell you?
You didn't tell me the threshold.
Okay. Threshold in my mind was 4. That makes it 3. As you're looking at it and I think it has something to do with what Gabby had, what she was doing. But there's a piece that you're not quite getting. It's like, it's got its hook in your mind now. What's the connection? What's the connection? Reinhorn, Finkel, Reinhorn. What's the connection?
Samson.
Anybody? Samson.
Right?
It's same actor.
Okay. I got yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
I should be in the
Also
shower
a
crying.
detective.
Yep. I got 3. I took 2 proficiencies and 2
Reinhorn is Finkel.
Yeah.
As you realize it's a constellation. He's where the runes are and what the symbol is a constellation of some sort of warrior, maybe holding a spear or something. But the limbo is you don't know which constellation.
Okay. Is that basically all is that? There's
Yeah, what
no
do you
other
do?
writing or anything.
That's the big deal.
Okay. I'm gonna head back to the car, and look at Nord and be like, well, everybody else is in the car, so I'll hop in the car and I'll be like, hey, it looks like Hideaway was trying to maybe do the same thing Gabby was doing. He had some writing in the mausoleum. It looks like some sort of constellation, but I do not know astronomy, so
Sounds like he was in on a bunch of stuff.
well, it's all the same stuff that's everyone's been into that we've come across through with this stuff.
So I'm obviously he wasn't successful like Gabby was.
Well, he's not dead either. The detectives have him. The stuff that
Mariah turns. What?
no, Mariah knows that. Mariah knows Gabby's dead.
Does she?
Yeah, we told
I
her.
don't know. Yeah, she just turned. What? That's what she said.
We told her in the middle of the thing. After
Well, we said we found her and we didn't. I think is what
you told her that she wasn't. You told her that she wasn't with us anymore.
Yeah.
no, I said we found her
blatantly said.
and we didn't.
It wasn't blatantly said. In fact, you guys took actual quite a bit of effort to not say, "Hey, Gabby's fucking dead." Yeah. Maybe she knew on some level, but was able to rationalize it as she starts crying.
Nice. Look what you've done, Simon. You made the girl cry.
I knew it.
Oops.
As she's hitting you, Tony, in the chest. Do.
Please stop. She's in a better place.
No, she's not. Mom says there's no God.
What? When have I said that?
Everyone knows you don't believe in God.
Who's everyone?
Everyone.
Is this something your dad has said?
You never go to temple.
I know he's just not listening to the temple.
Please calm down.
Anyway, Mariah.
Do you bid anything? You just monotonely, without blinking, tell this little girl to calm down.
Oh, I just do that.
Okay. So you don't bid anything? It has no effect whatsoever. It's like she's not paying attention to you. But she is beating you.
Leia, please help her.
Listen, Mariah. These people, they're intent on killing others, and unfortunately, Gabby was in their crosshairs. And
they killed
right
Gabby?
now,
like they're gonna kill me?
Yeah.
Go ahead and go ahead and bid to lie to her. And if you remember, she's very good at picking up on her mom's lies.
Wait, I'm confused. What did I lie about?
Gabby wasn't killed by them.
Oh. I mean, I suppose that's true.
No,
but
that is true.
in a way she was.
there's no supposedly. That is true.
Gabby killed herself.
I guess.
There's no guess about it. It's a big fucking difference between suicide and getting killed by someone.
In this case, I feel like it's kind of... anyway, whatever. All right, fine.
I can see the rationalization. Because it's because of what they did, so she did something. But that is a rationalization. Rationalization,
anyway,
no, it's a prevarication.
Anyway, so that'd be mine, I guess.
Oh, what do you bid?
Oh, good cop.
Yeah, you don't have to throw down for this. As Simon, Tony, Nord, you see Leah. Leah, how do you bald-faced lie to your daughter about this?
Leah will get close to her again and get on her level and say, those people, they were going, they made her, they pushed her into a situation where she had to choose something. She chose what she thought was the best path. And they killed her. This is their fault, and we'll kill them first.
As you say this, you can see that she doesn't understand really what you're saying, but with the sort of grief, and because you've been giving her the solution, it kind of glosses over, and she just nods. She stops crying. Maybe you wipe away her tears a little bit, and you see her harden up. You know she's got a wellspring of strength behind her. In this moment, Leah, it's not like she gains wrinkles or something, but you see your daughter grow up a little bit right before your eyes. A little bit of stoniness, a little bit of loss of innocence that you've lost a long time ago because you had to, but it still pulls at the heartstrings. It's like a deadened part of your heart or your soul that just got massaged from seeing her lose it. Excellent. However, she's stronger. She's a little bit tougher. What's up, nostalgic? All right, let's take a brief break. Get some coffee, get some water. We'll say 5 minutes, and we'll move to the next Sheen. I'll leave Simon and Ken on a note, which is this. It is nighttime and you're trying to find constellations. All right. So 5 minutes and we'll be back. Yep.
Absolutely.
All right.
We'll all be here. And for everybody. Oh, yeah. No, I think that's great. For everybody that's out there, thanks for being a part of this podcast and participating. And I would like everyone to know that we've been enjoying DreadLore's The Red Writ.
The Red Writ.
The Red Writ. With the cast of arbitrated by Bill, featuring player characters Andrea, Daniel, Drizzle, and Ken. Thank you, all lowercase letters, and Mr. Interrupt for the score. Thank you to our Patreons, Tim Roberts, Daniel Hulker, and Nostalgic. And art and media production has been provided by Couchfire Media. Arbitration, story, and the book that we're playing has all been brought to you by Trois Reblay Productions. Trois Reblay. This is the Red Writ. We'll be back in just a few minutes.